Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, big day tomorrow. And don't be surprised if Bitcoin does this. So, what's happening tomorrow and what is Bitcoin going to do? Well, let's discuss. So, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com and make sure you follow all of my channels out there. Some great content for you folks. So, welcome. Well, today, kind of a boring day. This morning was good. And then, kind of cooled down overall, right? Bitcoin is at 22.2, a little bit lower than this morning, about 22.4. But overall, nothing to be complaining about because Bitcoin is above 22 when we were just below 20,000 not too long ago, right? But the big story is, what is going to happen tomorrow? How should we prepare, right? Well, tomorrow, right before I stream, we will get CPI, right? Consumer Price Index. We will get the latest reading that will measure inflation in the U.S. for August, not September, August. Now, prior in July, in August when we got July figures, it went down. Overall CPI went down pretty significantly. Core inflation still went up a little bit. Core inflation, the difference between core inflation and headline inflation is really energy and fuel cost, okay? Now, we know, those of us living in the U.S., we know that gas has been going down. Since July and August and now, gas prices have been coming down slowly, and now that national average is below $4. So one could assume that CPI should be going lower because overall energy and gas has been declining. Now, it is anticipated that core inflation will still go up. So the latest, kind of estimate from Dow Jones is that overall CPI will go down about 0.1%, but core inflation is going to go up by 0.3%. Okay. Now, last month, when CPI data came out, it blew away what Dow Jones was expecting, right? Dow Jones expected only like a little decline, but there was a major decline. And Dow Jones' prediction was basically really wrong last month. So can they be really wrong again this month? I think so. This is hard to predict. But one thing is for certain. If we get numbers equal to this or better, meaning that CPI, overall CPI, goes down more than 0.1%, let's just say 0.2%, just even exceeding a little bit, goes down by 0.2%. And let's say the core inflation doesn't go up by 0.3%. It goes up 0.1% or 0.2%. If we get any data that shows that inflation is slowing down or reversing more than expected, tomorrow will be a fantastic day. It'll be a really, really good day. Markets will rally. NASDAQ, Dow will rally. Bitcoin and crypto will rally. It will be a tremendous day tomorrow. Now, if we somehow get the opposite and inflation data comes out and, it's horrible, absolutely horrible. Not only did CPI did not go down by 0.1%, let's say it went up by 0.1%. That would be absolutely horrible because that means that the person in my thumbnail, Powell, will have to be very hawkish during the next meeting. And, of course, when he's hawkish, that means he has to raise the Fed fund rate higher. And that means it's going to slow down the economy more. He has to shed more of his balance sheet and be more aggressive with that. And overall, that's not good for markets, right? So that's why tomorrow is such an important day. But my gut is thinking that we will get better numbers. I think we will see inflation go down and core inflation possibly still going up, but slowing down as well, right? Because not only do we have fuel prices and energy prices coming down, but also supply chain has to be getting better, right? Supply chain can't be, this never-ending cycle where things are not improving. No, they are improving, just slowly, right? So overall, I think we're seeing slow, moderate improvement with supply chain, which should also help. And plus, demand has come down too. Demand has come down quite a lot. You see in real estate market is getting softer now, right? And consumer demand is getting softer. A lot of retailers have come out, right? So overall, demand is softer as well. So all these things combined should bring prices down, and overall inflation should be dropping, right? So tomorrow will be a very, very important day. So don't be surprised if Bitcoin does have a significant rally tomorrow after this data, right? Now, of course, don't be surprised if Bitcoin goes down if we get bad data, but I do think we're going to get some good data tomorrow. So get ready for that, right? So all eyes tomorrow. That's why Bitcoin kind of stopped going up today. U.S. markets kind of just like, went up a little bit and stopped. Tomorrow will be a very important day. All right. Now, outside of tomorrow's big data, what else is there? Well, there's still so much that's going on, right? Fidelity, one of the largest asset managers in the world, holding trillions upon trillions upon trillions of assets, right? We know how big BlackRock is. Fidelity, quite honestly, isn't too far behind. Last time I remember seeing their asset holdings was around 4 or 5 trillion, which is amazingly big, right? But they're thinking about, and most likely this will go through, there are 34 million individual investors, some very, very wealthy institutional investors. They're thinking about just giving them access to Bitcoin, the ability to just buy Bitcoin directly from Fidelity. And I'm not talking about buying like some kind of fund or some kind of futures that's mimicking Bitcoin's price. No, to buy Bitcoin directly. Okay, this is on top of their recent 401k offering, which they basically created for MicroStrategy, and others can also utilize this. And basically, you could buy Bitcoin with your 401k. And that already exists. Like my partner, ITrustCapital, allows that already to be done. But this will allow some of the biggest clients out there to get direct exposure to Bitcoin. And that would be absolutely huge. And we know BlackRock, the other giant, right, is getting involved. Who knows what they're doing and how much they're buying and how much they're telling their clients and everyone else that's connected to them to get involved, right? So it's happening. There's a lot of things, moving parts behind the scenes. Price may not reflect it right now, but man, this is an exciting time. This is the time that we've never, ever, ever, ever seen before in Bitcoin's history. We're getting to a point of mass adoption, that turning point, right? Where it just, becomes so big that everyone just wants a piece, right? We're getting close to that point, and it's very, very exciting. Very, very exciting indeed. All right, now what else is there? Obviously, we have a big merge that's going to happen, right after tomorrow. So on the 13th, anywhere from 13 to 15, but it could probably be like the 14th or 15th, right? We do have Ethereum. We have Ethereum merging. I talked about enough. It's very significant for Ethereum, a big deal. But today, Ethereum actually went down in a surprising thing. Well, I don't know if it's surprising, but a lot of people are afraid after the merge. Either there's a problem before merge, or after the merge, there may be a dumping. So it seemed like today people started dumping ahead of time. They're afraid that there may be buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event with Ethereum, right? Which I think is kind of silly, honestly. I don't think people understand how significant this upgrade is, this merge is. But anyways, so there is that. And Ethereum has been pretty strong over the last few months, right? But it's kind of stalled recently. A lot of momentum was in Ethereum, but it's been dropping and heading back to Bitcoin, right? And many do feel like there will be more of that. CryptoQuant actually says that after the merge, that Bitcoin will be back in the driver's seat and, carrying the market once again, and not Ethereum. And that could be true. And I don't actually think it ever changed. Just because Bitcoin's dominance went down recently does not mean that Ethereum kind of took the reins and is now driving the market. No, it just showed that a lot of people were very excited about it, a lot of people buying it. But I've always said Bitcoin is still the driver. It's the biggest, the most widely known crypto out there. It's the oldest, it's the first, right? And it's the only true store of value, unlike Ethereum and anything else. So I don't think anything has changed. But, for those of you guys that's been holding on Bitcoin, only Bitcoin, right? Maybe we're going to see a lot more of movement of Bitcoin's price versus a lot of the alts, right? Which actually has been happening over the last few months. So we may see a reversal. We may not. We may just see a balance, which is why we diversify, right? Which is why having a diversified portfolio helps in basically all situations. Let's see. Here's one. This is interesting. This is measuring realized price versus Bitcoin's actual price, right? And realized price is basically the average price of all Bitcoin, okay? Purchase price. So basically, if you take every single Bitcoin transaction ever done and you average that price, what is that, right? And the dotted line is where it is, right? And traditionally speaking, when you have Bitcoin's current price go below the realized price, well, that's a huge bottom indicator in almost every single instance. And you could go back all the way to 2015. You could see it right there. And then you go back to 2018. You see it there. 2020, it happened briefly. And where are we? We're right there, right? So traditionally speaking, whenever this event happens, it's a fantastic, fantastic time to be buying. No better time to be buying, right? And we're in one of those situations right now. So that's also fantastic. All right. Now, besides Bitcoin and tomorrow, right, there's several other altcoins that are doing fantastic. Today, I did mention about Near Protocol. Near Protocol is kind of like a mini Solana. I've been talking about them for a little bit, and you can see they're up 5% today, right? And, well, it just kind of disappeared. But still, they're up recently, and several big things happening with Near. Number one is they are also having a big upgrade, and this is implementing sharding, which basically will make them really, really fast in the future and also make it more decentralized. They're going to add a lot more validator, but sharding is a way to basically move the processing or validation of transactions and spread it across different nodes rather than have all the nodes process at the same time, right? It's going to spread it around and make it just more efficient overall, right? So they're going through that. Also, USDT launches, the biggest stablecoin launches on Near. That brings a lot of liquidity into the space, right? And they announced a $100 million Web 3.0 fund for entertainment, fashion, and sports. Basically, a lot of big news, a lot of massive news for Near Protocol as they, continue forward, and these are fantastic things. So this is the reason why Near is doing good long term. I think they definitely have a lot of potential. Their TVL is still kind of low. Overall DApps still kind of low, but they are definitely growing and still executing. So that's fantastic. Also, as for Algorand is interesting, trying to steal a DApp away from Solana. Recently, Helium seen a lot of volatility recently. And that's because Helium is giving up on their own chain, and they decided to move to Solana. Even though people didn't really vote for this, and there's a lot of question marks about the new token economics, but Helium wants to push forward. And Algorand is saying, no, you guys should come to us. Helium is a big dApp. People don't realize it, but it's decentralizing internet, decentralizing 5G. And they have close to 1 million nodes in operation right now. Absolutely huge. But this whole move to Solana is causing a lot of fear. And not a whole lot of people like that. And it's kind of interesting. Algorand is actually saying, you know what? Helium needs a secure, robust, and scalable chain. Kind of throwing a dig, saying that Solana is not secure, robust, and scalable, right? But they're trying to poach Helium to come on board. So kind of interesting how that's working out. But as for Algorand itself, I mean, they have a ton. Their ecosystem is quite big. So there's a lot of dApps already. And they have a big FIFA partnership with NFTs. So when the new World Cup starts and commences, well, Algorand will be able to help them create a lot of NFTs. I don't know what the plans are for that, but pretty big as well. And then lastly, as for Polygon, well, Starbucks is introducing a new rewards program called Odyssey, and it's all NFT based. So basically, people will be able to buy NFTs that unlock new immersive coffee experiences. I don't know what that means. If you get special coffees or you get tours, or I don't know what it means, but Starbucks wants to get into NFTs. And guess where their NFT marketplace will be? On top of Polygon, right? Polygon attracts so many NFT platforms on itself because it's already fast, scalable, and it's EVM compatible. Basically, it's like almost like Ethereum 2.0 already done. And that is why so many brands are coming on board and utilizing it. So I think that could be a pretty big thing. Also, other things that's coming like Juno, which helps Polygon, basically helps on-ramp stablecoins and fiat, right, for Polygon and other dApps, basically. So there's still a lot of dApps. Also, last time I checked, Polygon said they had like 47,000 dApps running on board. Absolutely huge. So Polygon is still moving forward. And then lastly, I saw this. One of the biggest exchanges out there, Huobi, is going to list 7 privacy coins, saying they're complying with regulations in different countries, right? Then this includes some of the biggest ones like Zcash, Monero, Horizon, and Verge. There's a few others, Decred, Dash, right? And this is the reason why whenever people ask me, what do you think about Monero or Zcash? I think if you're going to use them, great. But as an investment, be careful because most jurisdictions, most countries is going to or are going to ask all the exchanges to delist them because these countries don't like privacy. They don't want privacy transactions to be conducted so that they can't track it or tax it. I think so. So a lot of these are being delisted. And it already happened in South Korea. It happened in Japan. It's only a matter of time. It's going to happen in the U.S., right? So just be careful. Be careful. That's all. All right. That's pretty much it. Overall today, market cap is holding 1.06 trillion. We're above trillion. That's fantastic. Tomorrow will be a big day. Very big day. Can't wait to see what happens. All right, let's do some Q&A. Javier asked, what's your price prediction on VeChain, VeThor? I don't know, man. I do like VeChain, you know that, but I can't give you a price prediction. Just that both will be going up. But in my opinion, still, hold VeChain rather than VeThor. VeThor is inflationary. VeChain is not. VeChain has a set supply. VeThor does not. So if you're going to choose, pick VeChain. Let's see here. Let's see what I missed here. What did I miss? Some people are saying put someone in timeout. I don't see who. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Yes, George, I need Near to go on a major run. Yeah, Near, I have mixed feelings about Near, only because the price fluctuates so much. Over the last 8 months, we have seen, or last year, let's say, near has gone up tremendously and also has come down tremendously. It's one of the big L1s that probably has the most volatility, especially being the size that they are at versus their peers. Definitely not that kind of volatility. Let's see. Why are people still trying to bring down Cardano? I'm still seeing all these comments about, oh, Cardano sucks. It has no activity. It's not moving. What's the point of trying to bring it down? First of all, Cardano is doing just fine, right below XRP, and still above Solana and Polkadot and Doge. It's sitting in a great position. And second of all, I think a lot of people are forgetting Vasil's right around the corner. That's going to bring a lot more transactions, scalability, security, ease of programming to Cardano. I think a lot of people have been focused solely on the Ethereum Merge, but the Vasil hard fork is right around the corner too. So that could definitely bring a lot more activity and dApps to Cardano. Rich, enjoy all your content. Great work. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. I know you're a big fan, and I do appreciate your support. And by the way, today I met someone else during lunch. I didn't catch his name, but he was with his family. I was with mine, so we said hi. But yeah, meeting people left and right these days. It's weird because it's been a while. Maybe because I haven't been going out that much, but recently when I've been going out, I've been meeting a lot of fans. Dan, what do you think about the hard fork attempts that will be done by those who aren't happy? Do you think this will affect the merge? If they succeed, what happens? Nothing happens. They just become new coins with little support. So it always happens with almost every single major fork or major upgrade, but just like Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV came out of Bitcoin, do they affect Bitcoin? No. No. So any new forked, I don't know, coin that comes out from the merge, I think it'll be irrelevant. Let's see here. Well, higher security? No, I don't think I need security. And everyone I have met so far has been really cool, so that's a good thing. Should I sell my CRO and buy more Polygon? I can't answer that for you. But out of the two, me personally, I like Polygon a lot more than CRO. Annie Wayne, thank you, appreciate it. What do you think about Solana NFTs? I don't know. I have not really kept with NFTs. You know, NFTs have really died. Really died. Have you seen Jesse asked about CryptosRUs NFTs on OpenSea? I do have a line. I am George NFTs on OpenSea, but a lot of people try to copy it. So the best way to know if it's legit is, first of all, look at the volume. And second of all, go to CryptosRUs.com. There's a link right on top. That's how you could see it. But yes, I do have NFTs. I was just going to say, OpenSea's volume on NFTs has absolutely been decimated, like a 99.99% decline. And the thing is, the number of users have not declined that much. So it shows that pretty much the same number of users were really hyping it up during the hot times, and now they can't really do that. But overall, I think NFTs will evolve for more that from the pictures that they are now to utility down the road, right? And for my own, that's what I'm trying to add. But I think in the future, NFTs will only have value if there's some kind of utility to them. Jeff, appreciate it. What's up with Doge? Anything new? Only thing new is Doge Chain, which is not supported by the founders. I don't know why. Doge Chain actually sounds promising. Basically taking Doge and putting some utility to it so that you can actually use it within DeFi. But it seems like it's not being embraced. Like, I get it because it's a new project. You don't know if they're legit or not. But if they are, it adds a lot of utility. It adds a lot of utility to Doge. So they should look into it. So that's the thing about Doge. I don't quite get what Billy Marcus and the rest of the developers are doing. Seems like they're just twiddling their thumbs and doing nothing, while others like Sheeb is trying to build everything out, right? I don't know why Doge isn't. Maybe they feel like they don't need it. They just need the support of Elon and that's it. I kind of wish they did more. Maybe they should come out with a treasury. Come out with a tax, a 1% tax or something like that. So that every transaction that happens goes in a treasury. They could use that to develop and hire more developers. Something. It's almost time to start playing rando projects. As long as the world doesn't explode, this could be good. You're sideways before the next mega run. It's not a bad thought. I just think it's too early. And, throwing $100 here or there is not the best way to do it either. So you still got to do some research and look into what's promising or what was promising and has been decimated. And hopefully they could regain their previous highs. They're getting listed on Coinbase. Watch it. That's been announced already. So whatever pump kind of already happened. Near also got listed on Coinbase recently. So that helped drive them up too. Can Elrond go back to previous highs? Sure. Sure he can. Should I sell my Honda Civic to buy Dogecoin? I don't know. Billy Marcus did the opposite. He sold all his Doge. I think for a couple Acura NSXs, not Civics, but he sold for a couple NSXs early on. Had he not done that, he would be a multi-billionaire. So I think he regrets that decision. And same thing with Jackson Palmer. But Jackson Palmer is so angry. He doesn't even want to talk about it. And he goes on rants and tries to try to pull everyone down, trying to what do you call Elon? He called him some weird name. A grifter or something like that. I don't know. Like trying to pull everyone down because he's so angry that he sold too. He would be a multi-billionaire as well. Specialized S-Work Turbo e-bike, is it worth $15K? It really depends. Really depends on how much biking you do and how little exercise you want. Can Phantom survive this bear market keeps dipping? I don't think that's true. I don't think it keeps dipping. It's found the bottom. Let's see. In the last 30 days last 60 days is up 6%. Last 90 days is found 14%. Even though the last 30 days is down, but compared to 90 days ago, it's up 14%. So it's not It's not just going down. It's actually holding steady. It's just growing. It's just recovering slowly. I was conceived in a Honda Civic. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Looking forward to you on Coffee and Crypto tomorrow. Was that announced right? You know what's funny? I didn't get the invite yet. Tim and his team traditionally is very slow on sending me those invites. So I still didn't get one. So hopefully they get one to me tomorrow. But do you know if it's possible to use NFT for patents? I don't see why not. It would be perfect for it, but it's tough to get the patent office to recognize what an NFT is, I think. So I don't know. Like if you get one and you store it on a blockchain like within an NFT, that works. But if you're like trying to patent something within an NFT or something like that, that's going to be nearly impossible right now. What car has the best back seats for consumption? Go with the pickup truck. Use the bed. Am I doing anything else with Yahoo Finance? They have not reached out recently. I don't know if they still cover crypto. They tend to jump around. Previously, I'd done a couple, but I didn't like my stints on Yahoo Finance because they just like pull me at the last second. Maybe because they had a cancellation or something, and they're like, "Oh, can you show up today at this time?" I'm like, I don't want to do that, and they're so short. So hopefully, I could do something in the future, but nothing recently. Pagandi or Koenigsegg? I don't know. They're both fine. I don't pay attention to either. I think they're too niche, right? I'm just sticking with Ferraris. Ferraris and nothing else. What do you think about Optimism as good as L2? I have nothing against Optimism. Optimism, Arbitrum, they're good L2s. Nothing wrong with them. You could throw, I guess, Loopring in there. Immutable X. I mean, they're all in the L2 space. Rian or Ran, you keep asking about the Bitmain event tomorrow. Stop shilling it, man. You probably work for Bitmain, no, and no one cares. And no, I'm not going to be talking about it or streaming it. I don't know why this conversation went to what car is the is the best to be conceiving your children with, or future children with. I don't know how it got there, but thoughts on a Voyager auction tomorrow? I mean, it's a non-event for most of us. It's going to be auction to the big boys like FTX and Binance and everyone else, right? So I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. Tesla, I can't answer that. I don't really pay attention. I think the Fed rate hike is going to be 100 basis points. Nah, no, man. No. If that happened, Dow will be negative 2,000 that day. And it'll be negative like 5,000 that week. No, it's not going to happen. Things are going to get better. And I think tomorrow we'll see that. I think inflation will show that overall inflation will go down and core inflation will slow down, right? That's what we want to see. And I think we will see that. And there's no way that Powell needs to be that hawkish. If inflation numbers come in really, really low, there's a good chance that the rate hike may be 50 basis points rather than 75 basis points, right? He might surprise us. Andrew, what makes you say that? Andrew says, you really don't like Solana, do you? Why? Just because I don't have a little logo behind me? No, I hold a large bag of Solana, but you can't ignore the fact that they have their issues, right? So I think they'll come back. It's just probably take a little bit longer than normal. I think MicroStrategy will be the new Fed in the future with BTC back CBDC. Lay down the sauce, man. Remember the great toilet paper shortage in 2020? Man, I totally forgot about it until you just remembered. I mean, you made me remember and brought that up. Man, head into Target or wherever, whole aisle is empty, and then there are signs saying, oh, one per person or whatever, and everyone was freaking out and stocking up on food and everything. I know I did. I did a run very late at night, just grab some extra food and boxed goods, canned goods, in case Armageddon was coming. Luckily it didn't. Man, that's a story for our grandkids down the road when they're when they're using their food replicators and stuff. And we get to share that story that that there was a shortage in 2020. NP, no, you don't have to do anything with your ETH. If you have your ETH in a hardware wallet, a ledger, or any other wallet, the software will take care of it. They will take care of it. The team will take care of it. People should have been buying BTC and not toilet paper. I can't disagree with that. I remember I got stopped at Walmart. Like, sir, you can only take 1 gallon of water. Wow, I didn't know Walmart was that strict. That was crazy. That was crazy time. Yeah, crazy time indeed. How's my XRP bag? Pretty light. Pretty light. It's been light forever. So can't say that it's too heavy because there's nothing in it. Man, I spend way too much money at Costco. It's becoming a thing where if my wife and I are too bored, what we do is go to Costco. And that's a horrible habit because we always end up spending hundreds while we're there. But yeah. All right. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Overall, let's see what happens tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow, big day, inflation data day, I should say. So we'll see if things are really improving in the U.S. I know Europe is still horrible. It may be getting worse. But in the U.S., things do look like we may be turning the corner. Inflation may be coming down. So by the time I stream tomorrow, we'll have those figures, and we'll see how the market reacts, right? Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.